Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's check in with Bitcoin. And just can't catch a break here. Now, in the last video, I mentioned I had my stop at 5,900 from my entry in the 6,500s. And okay, so on Bitfinex, we went as low as 59.10. And on Kraken, which is the exchange that I actually trade on, we've gone as low as 59.50. So I didn't actually hit my stop yet. But that being said, I'm not holding my breath. It certainly appears as though it's going to be hit. But I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And there's, believe me, a lot of doubt at this point. And really, that little bounce just ended up being a simple ABC up. Just a three-wave move up. Looks like the B wave was a little triangle here. ABC up, and then boom, we came down. And you just drew this parallel trend channel. And as soon as you start breaking below that bottom boundary line, boom, just fell right out of bed, dropped, I think $700 plus in just a matter of... well, let's see. Day anyways. Let's see what we did today. Yeah, today we went from opening at 67.15 to closing that bar at 59.10. So yeah, just in a day. So it likes to move down quickly when it does. But now 4-hour RSI is oversold, so even though it's likely going lower, it's probably going to have some sort of bounce before it does that. Although these 4-hour bounces have been getting less and less impressive as time goes on. Just a change in market conditions from how they used to just be phenomenal bounces. Now, at this point, it's got further to run in all likelihood. I have the 1.382 reverse Fibonacci of this ABC up. And that brings us to 58.24. And then I have the 2.0 reverse fib, and that brings us to 53.66. So it could put some pressure on 5,000 here fairly soon, just on this leg down. But we shall see. Now on the these crappy digital exchanges, shorting even when it's possible isn't all that inspiring because you can't really trust the exchanges for good fills or bracket orders in some situations. But now I've gone ahead and opened up a futures account with a broker, so now I can actually trade the CME and CBOE Bitcoin futures. And they don't trade over the weekend, so nothing right now. But they do trade 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, so Monday to Friday. So if I do see some sort of corrective three-wave move up, something like that, and again just another lower high and all those good things, next week I'll probably be looking to actually sell some contracts short, with the knowledge that you have a reliable liquid futures market that's with a legitimate broker and a legitimate exchange, and if something goes against you overnight and you have a bracket order in there with a stop, you'll get filled on your stop and no disasters will take place. Whereas I could see a disaster easily taking place on these digital exchanges trying to do the same thing. And of course, selling short always involves margin, so it's an added level of risk if you don't manage it, as opposed to just being long something. Anyway, those are kind of the thoughts on Bitcoin at the moment. Definitely, probably looking lower, at least in the near term. Now, at the daily range, if we get extremely oversold on the daily, that's going to likely create at least a short-term bottom or a bounce opportunity, but not even oversold particularly yet. And actually, the last time we did get oversold, that didn't bounce very much. That was just that little ABC up we got out of it. So it is looking very extended to the downside. And actually, this triangle interpretation is really no longer viable. So that's been abandoned at this point. I mean, the only way it's not is if it just immediately shoots right up and just blows us all away. And that was just a stop running move, which it still theoretically could be, but not very likely at this point. More likely that we're heading lower still before searching for another bottom potentially. And I mean, there's a variety of ways to count this overall structure. It is still corrective, by the way. So at some point when this correction terminates, we are actually still expecting much higher levels, but the question is when. I mean, what if this just keeps chopping like this for another multiple months? It easily could. That 2013-2014 correction, that was long and painful, much longer than this even. So keep that in mind that it can happen. But maybe in the next BTC video, I'll just take a stab at labeling this if our triangle just fails us here and we clearly make some lower levels below support, and that would just mean breaching it by less than $100 like we've done so far. I mean, really, getting down there into the 5,000s. Then I'll take a stab at relabeling this as something different, some sort of combination. But in the meantime, yeah, I don't really see a trade here other than if you do see some sort of corrective bounce up and then it starts to turn back down, that's probably a decent short. But for now, if you want to go long, just keep waiting. There's nothing real attractive here as of yet. Again, this would just have to immediately change my mind and just surge up and get above this resistance level and all that to start getting more bullish again. But right now, not looking too good there from the bullish perspective. Anyways, that's a good update for now, I think. Serial Trader signing off.